Hey guys, so what we're gonna do today is we are going to make some food with a lot of ingredients already from the Homestead. So today we're gonna make some shepherd's pie. And first what I'm gonna show you is what we have going on. So I've got about 1 pound of potatoes boiling, which I'm about to take off and mash up. I have 1 pound of thawed out ground beef. I am going to cook up about half of a large onion. Your preference on whether or not you would like it to be a white onion, a yellow onion, sweet onion, not sweet onion. I have some tomato paste that we canned this past fall, some carrots that we canned this past fall, and then we're going to put some Worcestershire and then some of the chicken stock in it that I canned. So now I have my potatoes in here, and I am going to use my handy dandy hand mixer to mash them up. What I am going to do is put a splash of milk and probably around a third cup of sour cream in here, just to make them nice and creamy. Oh, and also a little butter. And that's what the potatoes look like. So I have my ground beef over here browning. I'll go ahead and add my onion in just a little bit and let that cook down. And while that's going on, I'll get my pan and preheat my oven at 350 degrees. I added my onions to the ground beef and I have that cooking down and it's doing nicely. And then what I did was I took my sliced carrots that I had canned this past fall, and I chopped them up a little bit just so they're not so big. We have some people in our family who don't prefer cooked carrots. They'll eat them in things, but this way they're not so big. You can use fresh carrots and chop them up, totally your choice. You just have to cook them in the ground beef a little bit longer. Also, you don't have to cook or cut the carrots down this small. Totally your choice on how small you'd like them, but this is just what I'm doing for our family. So I'm going to add the carrots in here now so that we can get our paste and Worcestershire and stock in there so it can thicken up a little bit. So when we put the stock in, we don't need that much. We just want to put a little bit in there so it can cook down. I'd say probably half a quart, 2 cups. Then I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup Worcestershire. When I cook, I don't usually go by I don't measure a lot, which doesn't help for the recipe. And then I'm putting in this much tomato paste, which when you buy it in the store, it's probably one of the small cans worth. And then I'll just mix that up and let it cook down. So I just salted and peppered it. And then I put some parsley in it that we grew and dried this fall. And now I'll go ahead and put it in my dish because this is about what you want it to look like, because as it cooks, the liquid will reduce down as well. Because I have such a large amount, I will be doing it in a 9x13 glass dish. You totally have the option if you use a lower amount of carrots to do it in an 8x8 dish. Totally your choice on how much you're gonna make. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's in the dish. Now what I'm gonna do is I will put the potatoes on top. And then we'll just go ahead and spread it around into a fairly even layer, as even as we can get it, all the liquid underneath. All right, and there it is. So now we'll put it in a 350-degree oven until the top of the potatoes are a nice golden tan brown. And since everything's already cooked through, we just want the potatoes and all the moisture to come out of it, and basically for the top of the potatoes to maybe have like a slight crunch on top of them, and then we enjoy it. All right, now to recap. I had 1 pound of potatoes that I boiled and cut up and boiled until they were done, and then I mashed them, and I put in about 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, about half a cup of, we use whole milk, but it's your choice, whole milk, 1%, 2%. And then I did about 1/3 of a cup of sour cream, and I used my hand mixer and blended them up. Then I used 1 pound of thawed ground beef, cooked that until it was about 2/3 of the way browned, added my chopped onion, about half of a white chopped onion. Then I added my 1 quart of canned carrots that I also cut up. Now you can use 1 to 2 fresh carrots, your choice. And then I added about 2 cups of chicken stock, salt and pepper to taste, and probably 2 tablespoons of dried parsley flakes. And I let that simmer for a little while. Then I poured it into a 9x13 glass dish, but you can put it in an 8x8 glass dish if you choose, if you have enough that will fit in there. So I put my beef in the bottom, and then I put the mashed potatoes on top, and I'll put it in a 350-degree oven until the top of the potatoes are a nice goldenish tan brown, since everything's already been cooked through. Also, if you're curious what items either we grew or family member grew, here's the list. Ground beef was raised by a brother-in-law. Potatoes were raised by a brother-in-law. We grew the carrots and the parsley and the chicken that went into the chicken stock. And we made the chicken stock ourselves. So for right now, that is a really good amount of food that came off of our property. We also grew onions this year, but we've already eaten all the ones that we got.